Mudslides, landslides, flooding, the rainy season. Thinking about living in Costa Rica? We need to talk. And we're going to in about 45 seconds. Guys, I'm Michael Allen from TravelCostaRicaNow.com. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Want to see videos as I put them up, hit the notification bell. Man, who's been doing this for you, man? Who's been 1,000 videos, 16 years, deep dives, a million conversations, all kinds of topics. Want to show some love? Buy me a coffee. That link is in the description. Just a fun way to donate. $5 for each coffee. I like coffee, so I'm not sure if one's going to do it. Anyway, so how did this video come about? Well, our relocation retreat is coming up, and a lady is interested in coming, and she goes, Michael, can you call me? I have some questions. I thought she had questions about the relocation retreat. Well, she did, but she had two main questions. One of the questions was, Michael, if I live in Costa Rica, how much do I need to worry about mudslides, landslides, flooding, and the rainy season? That's a freaking good question, man. It's just a good question. It's the same considerations. Hello, if you're gonna live in LA, you've got to consider the fires, right? If you're gonna live in Florida, you've got to consider hurricanes, Kansas, tornadoes. I mean, it's a thing. It's a consideration. The mudslides, landslides, flooding, rainy season is real. Let me get off my mug and show you. See that bridge? 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't be seeing that bridge. River was going over it. You could not cross it. No possibility. So if you wanted to get from La Fortuna, that's that way, to my friend's house, this way, you are not crossing that bridge. So the rain is real. Mudslides, you know, it's a sad, kind of a sad story, but it's a long time ago, but around Nueva Arenal, which is around the lake, there was a guy, and I think his son died in a landslide. So this stuff is real. It happens every year. Every year there's, the rainy season. It takes whole roads out, major arteries. A house might fall off the freaking cliff, all that. So the good thing is Costa Rica knows this, and they're pretty good about fixing stuff pretty quick. Hello, tourism. They're not stupid. They need to get stuff fixed. And if they can't fix it, they get pretty creative in their alternative routes. They're pretty good with alternative routes around here, right? So yeah, her question was a good one. And I want to give you some things you need to think about if you're thinking about living in Costa Rica. Like everything, like LA, like Florida, it is location, location, location. Yes, it does rain. And yes, there are landslides, mudslides, and flooding and all that. And you need to think about that. But not everywhere. In my town of Fortuna, if you live in La Fortuna Central, you're not really getting hit by that. But this place here is only 15 minutes outside of Fortuna. This is by the way, just so you know, Zona Fluca. So, again, location is everything. And you really need to consider that. If you live down on the Osa, if you're thinking about moving down to the Osa Peninsula, you need to know that it rains a lot. And the other consideration you have to consider is what type of car are you going to get? Because that's major here, major. If you're down in the Osa, a regular car is probably not going to do it. You need a four-wheel drive. In a lot of places, you need a four-wheel drive. That's why most rental car places just get a four-wheel drive, because we don't know where you're going. So you might just want to get a four-wheel drive. And the other thing is, guys, when you think you have an area that you may want to live in Costa Rica, and you're like, wow, I think I want to go here, come down during the rainy season. Because you know what? The rain isn't for everybody. And you know what? Maybe you don't know about the landslides maybe a mile away, or maybe something that can happen that way. You don't know. You need to visit. Ask the neighbors during the rainy season. You know what? If you would have been in Fortuna the last 7 weeks, it seemed like it'd been raining for freaking... It seemed like it was raining for freaking 30 years. And that bugs a lot of people. It might be, you know, your mood might change. You might be like, this is too much rain. Fuck it, I'm not living here. So you really need to come down to the area you think you want to live, probably during the rainy season. Because the other thing is, what can happen is a sunny day clouds your judgment, because you're thinking whether you're picking a rental property or you're going to build a house. So let's say a rental property. It's a beautiful day like this. Look at this, freaking beautiful. You're checking out a rental property. Well, it's not raining. What if it's a leaky roof? What if the porch floods when it rains? Matter of fact, about, I don't know when it was, 8 years ago, I was in an apartment for about 4 days. When it rained, it didn't seep in the corners or run down the side of the wall. It rained in the living room like it was raining. Now, you would think, after Costa Rica being here, dealing with the rainy season for the last, 20,000 years or whatever, you think they'd have this down. They do not necessarily have it down. And the buildings, a lot of building people, I don't know what they're doing with their roofs sometimes, or like the way they level their porches and stuff, water just seeping in. So you got to check that stuff up. And if you're building a house, again, location, location, location. So just because an architect's good at architecture, you need to find somebody like my buddy Chris, who knows the lay of the land and kind of knows, hey man, we gotta consider, the rainy season. Where you're at. You're on the side of a hill or whatever. Because here's the other problem. If you tool around, if you drive around Costa Rica, you see places that there's no way they pass zoning laws, at least without paying somebody off. It's freaking ridiculous here. If you want to see, now I'm not saying these people paid anybody off, I'm not saying anything illegal, but you go down to Manuel Antonio, which is a top tourist destination in Costa Rica, and there's this place, I think it's called Mountaintop or Top of the Mountain. You drive up this hill of a big hill or mountain or whatever, and at the top, there's this huge freaking 3-level building hanging off the side, and it's like, are you serious right now? It's almost like you want to take bets. Okay, I think this is going to fall off the side of the mountain in 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. So anyway, you got to be careful of zoning. Where are you at? Just because other people have built doesn't mean it's a place where you should be building. So again, do your homework and research. Talk to people. Talk to knowledgeable people, because a lot of people don't consider the rain on a sunny day. I'm telling you. All right, I just wanted to do a couple. I just wanted to go over this real quick because the lady's question was great and it was totally legitimate. So, you guys, you know who you are. You live here. Come on, man. Give me your wisdom. Give me your perspective, your experience. I'm sure I missed something, and you guys all have your own experiences, and I love them. You guys help so many people when you chime in on the comments. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, travelcostaricanow.com. Hey, my videos are going to pop up here and there. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, you should always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, I'll say my videos. All right, man. Ciao. Have a good one.